players, are you ready? What you see here is an image of Breach Hill itself. And as you guys know, I'm bad with names. This does not change because I'm playing Pathfinder. I will continue to be bad with names, especially Permanoob's name. She intentionally picks names that I can never say right, it seems.
I think names are fun. Naming the character is my absolute favorite part of playing the campaign. So, like,
Well, it can define the personality, too.
thank you.
Welcome to Breach Hill, located in the foothills of the Five Kings Mountain in eastern Isgur. Breach Hill is a thriving town of about 1,300 inhabitants. Most are humans, although there are notable populations of dwarves, half-elves, and gnomes here as well. The town predates its most notable landmark, which sits around 1 mile to the northeast, high on low-rising Hell Knight's Hill, the Citadel Altarian is the foreboding but now abandoned fortress that was once home to the Hell Knights Order of the Nail. Hell Knights, they're not as scary as they sound. They're not a big group of evil people, but they do fight evil, and they are very strict in their meanings of doing so. In the years past, Breach Hill gladly served as a supply source for the Hell Knights, who commended the well-ordered peace to the town that the town enjoyed. But 8 years ago, when the Order of the Nail fully retreated from the Citadel in favor of the Order's new home in Versailles, Breach Hill's inhabitants simply shrugged, continuing the agriculture, crafting, and bartering that has always sustained them. Now, common wisdom generally recommends avoiding the Citadel, which serves as an isolated haven for peaceful groups that don't want to be disturbed, but it is also rumored to be overrun with dangerous monsters. I believe everyone kind of covered their reason for going to Breach Hill. Jelly Bean is going back to her hometown where they have the Call of Heroes, which I will detail in a moment. Permanoob is headed over there because of the Call of Heroes. Allie is going
I think
there.
she's just a adventurer that heard about it and was like, sure, why the hell not?
The way that the local government here works is they have a proud history of hiring adventurers to tackle any challenges its residents face that fall outside the scope of the town's guard duties. The merchant who expected shipments of goods hasn't yet arrived, or the shepherd whose herd of goats mysteriously died in the night, the farmer whose entire season's harvest was ruined or stolen. Investigating and resolving any of these matters are considered good jobs for adventurers, and so Breach Hill's Town Council uses its resources to hire heroes as needed. These monthly meetings, known as the Call for Heroes, are distinct from the Council's normal regular governance meetings. A tactic that separates such matters from regular municipal business and shows the townspeople that the Council indeed allots sufficient time to the issues that are often most important to them personally. All right. So yeah, some of it's basic governance, and then for things that are not basic governance, they do the Call of Heroes on a regular, semi-monthly basis. I mean, it depends on the needs. So, where we start our adventure, our players are all headed to Breach Hill, if they are not already there, to attend this month's Call of the Heroes to lobby for work. Now, since Breach Hill's Town Council has been holding monthly Call of Heroes for decades, a fair number of local traditions have built up around the event. Many adventurers who plan to lobby for the jobs outlined at the meetings visit what's called the Wizard's Grace, a popular nearby tavern, before the proceedings begin. Some hold traditional toasts for good fortune, some schmooze with the townspeople in hopes of being hired, and some seek to scope out the other adventurers with whom they might be working or competing for the jobs at hand. So, where we start out, and I will bring up this image here for everyone to see. Also, players, this map that I've just placed for you is something you may want to reference in the future. Over 1,300 residents, many points of key interest. I think there's 17 in total. And I will go ahead and point this out to you guys. If you look over here, number 17, towards the bottom right is Wizard's Grace. This is the tavern in which you guys will be all participating in the local festivities as our adventure begins. Just to the left of that is the town hall, and just to the north of that is the Monument Circle. This is a place where people gather before the town hall meeting. So it's usually a little bit of a party over at the Wizard's Grace, a formal meetup at the Monument Circle, and then the proceedings happen in the actual town hall. You can actually see center fountain here, the Monument Circle, where they have 6 water towers, and they feed into the fountain in the middle there.
Cool.
And then not across the bridge, but to the right of there, they don't show it off there really, but that's like the town hall building. But this is one of the centerpieces to the city's pride and joy. Now this place has a very long historied background. This town was actually founded by a bunch of people who had amnesia actually. No one knew why they were there or how it happened. And then they were trying to survive in the wilderness of the area at the foot of the mountains when an adventurer showed up and helped guide them into developing this town. And many of the locals trace their heritage back to the original settlers. Yeah, an amnesia town. And this is why they actually have the Call of Heroes and some of the traditions they have in here. Is because a passing adventurer who came upon them helped them stabilize everything and protect them and get this entire town going to begin with. And you will learn more about that later. This tavern that you guys will be hanging out with in the beginning, called the Wizard's Grace, well, the adventurer just happened to be a wizard.
That makes sense.
There's also a statue of him in town. Sort of. A statue that represents him. It's been so long ago that people don't actually remember what they look like. Alright, so the Wizard's Grace. Now, this place is popular enough that once again Jellybean already knows that the tavern owner's name is Trini Uskwald. She is a female human, and she's the innkeeper. And this tavern has been passed down from family member to family member over the generations. So this is the place to be. And this is where everyone kind of guides the newcomers to when you get to town. In the days leading up to each council meeting, the tavern is particularly busy as adventurers schmooze with town officials and even the occasional council member who might show up for a drink or a meal. Before each meeting, the Inn's Tavern has a long-standing tradition of holding toasts and serving meals of boar stew with lentils. This is a tradition set by her grandfather, and they've just been carrying on ever since. Because of the politics of socializing here, the crowd tends to be both well-mannered, chatty, and just very welcoming towards the adventurers. Because, again, they're all kind of excited about all of this coming to be. It's almost like a parade festival every month to celebrate the adventurers that come through to help handle their issues. You guys are all inside the Wizard's Grace. How it looks on the inside? Well, this is what the outside looks like. So if you guys zoom in on that map where Wizard's Grace is, it's a big U-shaped building. You can kind of visualize this tavern-y location however you would like. But it is well kept. And again, it is very close into the downtown district. All of our adventurers are currently in this tavern. None of you actually know each other. But I will say that all of you have approached the bar at around the same time and all getting served your food. Because we have to have a reason to bring you all together.
Yeah, you know.
That's fair.
These are somewhat temporary images. Since everyone approved of their image, I will actually just let chat look at that and use their imagination from there. As far as money goes, there is no charge for local adventurers for your boar stew with lentils.
Free food. every
My character likes
adventurer's favorite free food.
Right?
More money for equipment and shit.
Ludmiko would like to know if the ale is free as well.
Only the cheap stuff.
And I will take the cheap stuff.
Can you make that too,
Alright.
please?
The man sitting next to you, eating his stew, gets up, pats himself off, and heads around to the back of the bar to fill you all up. He's like, yeah, I wasn't going to be helping out today, but seems like Trinell could use the extra hands, and I've helped his bar backing here before in the past, so I'll go ahead and get you ladies your drinks.
Much appreciated, sir. Much appreciated.
Let's see
I will
here.
take mine
All right.
cautiously.
And I'll have a glass of water.
And a glass of water for the missus.
I'll take hers.
Well, you can have your own after you're done with what you've got.
They did say that the cheap
One drink
it
at
is
a
free.
ale
time.
was
One drink at a
free,
time.
So, I mean...
I'll be back.
So he says, well, hello. My name is Lysander. How are you all doing today?
Good. Are you from here?
I am from here. This is,
Ooh.
I kind of go place to place and help out throughout the town. But this month, I'm actually going to be participating in the Call of Heroes. So,
Oh, me too! Me too! You think we could be friends? Or
that's
party members?
a pretty good possibility, considering I hear that there's a bit of work to go out this month, and, while there is a fair amount of fresh faces, it's not overly populated like it gets sometimes. The red-haired one, that is Miss Hart. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Hi. Finally made it back home.
I do remember you. Are you here for libations, or are you here for joining the Call of Heroes yourself?
I am here to join the Call of Heroes. To
Well-
find my way back to who I was.
I've been doing so much just generally moseying about this town for so long that I decided to do it to, instead of get back to who I was, get to who I should be.
I feel like my reasonings are under par compared to you two. Christina's gonna be looking back and forth.
Oh, I'm just going with the flow.
Adventure is perfectly fine as well. Adventure is always fun.
So you two are familiar with this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're locals.
What good information to be privy to.
See, I don't actually know Miss Hart here too well. The story has made its rounds.
I'm not entirely sure what happened, but I am sorry.
It gets easier every day.
I'm always here if you need someone.
I'm
The name's
often
Christina,
around.
by the way. I probably should mention that, huh?
I'm Elena. It's nice to meet you.
Christina, Elena.
You are very perky.
When life gives you lemons, you throw it at someone or make lemonade. It depends on what you want to do.
I mean, it is a bit of a celebration, and there is free food and drink for
Yeah.
those participating in the Call of
True.
Heroes, so why not be joyous today?
My name is Ludmiko, should you need to find me later.
It's nice to meet you.
Would you like me to guide you over towards the Monument Circle?
If you don't mind, that would be awesome. Because I will get lost.
Well, stick with us and you probably won't.
I have a feeling it would be very hard to lose you in a crowd.
Once noon-ish approaches, everyone starts heading towards the town hall, where a small crowd is milling outside the building. In all, about 40 townspeople are congregated outside the buildings, chatting and passing the time till the meeting starts. As you guys hang about, you do notice a well-dressed goblin woman pacing right outside the front doors of the building. This studious-looking goblin has her hands clasped behind her back, and she's mumbling to herself in a bit of a anxious tone.
Can we get closer to hear what she's saying?
As you approach closer, once you're about 15 feet away or so, you can overhear what she's saying. This is the goblin I
She's so
mentioned.
cute.
Her
She
necklace
is so
pretty.
Mhm.
I love her earrings.
My bumble brashers, she laments in a distraught tone. Why haven't I heard from my bumble brashers? Are my people trapped in a citadel? Oh. Anyone trained in society?
Not even close.
Nope.
Surprisingly, I am.
Oh, yes.
You may make a skill check on a society check. Jellybean, you may make a Breach Hill lore check.
Okay. Aha. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
great.
Neither of you have any idea what she's talking about.
I'm gonna approach her.
Okay.
Approach her kind of slowly to make sure she does notice me before I say anything. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you okay? You seem kind of concerned about something.
Oh, please do allow me to introduce myself. I am Warble, ambassador to the Brumblebrasher Goblins of Hell Knight Hill. Oh, it is my great honor to serve my fellow citizens of Breach Hill as the town's official representative to the Bumblebrashers. I communicate with the Bumblebrashers, convey the town's concerns and interests to them, and advocate on the tribe's behalf. It is a duty I take very seriously. They are my people, after all, hence why I am here today. And my rather distracted nature earlier is, due to that. I hope you'll forgive me.
No, that's okay. You're allowed to be worried about something. I'm Christina, by the way. I'm actually here for the hero's call, but I'm more concerned about you.
Well, as I mentioned, I am an ambassador, and the Brumblebashers are a tribe of goblins who have for years now lived peacefully and isolated in the citadel of Altarian, the former Hell Knight Keep up on the hill just outside of town. Typically, every 2 weeks, I meet with Helba, the tribe's chieftain, you see, on the road outside the keep. She has missed our previous 2 meetings, and I have seen
Uh-oh.
plumes of smoke coming from the top of the citadel. The smoke is a chalky red color, the tribe's traditional color of distress. I fear that the Bumblebrashers are in danger, or that something dire has befallen them. It has sickened me with worry.
I can go and check it out if you'd like. I don't mind at all.
Well, this is why we are here at the meeting. I am certain something foul has befallen the Bumblebrashers, or at least their leader, Helba. They would not miss a meeting, so... Oh, if something terrible were amiss, I don't know what I'd do for myself. I plan to present this information to the council and ask them to hire adventurers to contact my tribe.
I'm sure they'll be able to help you with that. If not me, with someone else. I know we can definitely check and make sure everyone's okay for you.
Well, you are adventurers, are you not?
I am.
Yes, very good. You are just the heroes. I hope the council might hire on my behalf. But please, there is a system in place for a reason. Come with me into the building and listen to my petition. If you are up to the task, I beg you to offer your services to the council.
I will.
You might be my tribe's only hope.
I will. I will follow you. I will do what I can.
And are these your friends also? Standing so closely?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
They are.
I'm
new
surprised
friends,
that
actually.
no one has tried to come and help you and listen to your story of what is happening. I'm very surprised.
Well, this is
Yes, it's truly terrible.
this is just how the system works. I mean, Hell Knight Hill isn't technically a part of the town, and the Bumblebrashers are not technically citizens here, but we work
Well, your
in
worries are just as
harmony.
important as everyone else. And your people are just as important as everyone else as well.
Yes, I do agree to that is the case. I think it's about to start. Behind her, the 2 doors open up, and 2 town's guards come out and post themselves up on the outside.
Right before we go in, I would like to get Christina's attention and like elbow her gently or something and speak to her. That was kind of you to say.
I'd like to give kindness where I can because I never was shown kindness when I was younger. So I feel it's important to give back even if I didn't get it.
What a concept. I wasn't shown much either. But it did work. She did listen to you. I would like to sit with you or stand wherever you end up inside the hall.
I always welcome new people and new friends.
Very well. After you.
I'm gonna follow Miss Warble. Warble.
Warble.
I'm gonna follow her in.
Once inside the council chamber, you see that the room is set up like an auditorium, with a carpeted walkway separating several rows of benches into two sections. The carpet leads to a small set of steps and a raised dais. On the dais is a large desk separated into 5 parts, where the Breach Hill Town Council's 5 members are seated, talking quietly with one another as they wait for the meeting to start. On the desk situated in front of each chair are tarnished bronze plaques bearing the names of the council members. From east to west, you can see a dwarf male. Jellybean knows that he is involved with the Smith apprentices and would know him as Jorsk. Next to Jorsk would be Melma. Melma is a female human. Permanu would recognize from her attire that she is likely from Cheliax, which is the region that you are from, I believe. Next to them, in the very middle, is Greta, who can be seen here. She is a human female. From a very young age, she has aspired to be in public service, tirelessly studying the town's civic history. That's something that Jellybean would know, because she has made herself known amongst town, hence to how she got her council position to begin with. Next to her is Trini Spritz, a female gnome, also in Sheliak's attire. And lastly, you see Quintino. Quintino is one of the most successful businessmen in town at the Pizzandi Bros Masonry Company. There are about 40 other townspeople in addition to yourselves within the assembly chamber. With the sharp rap of her gavel onto the desk, a stern, dark-haired woman with deeply furrowed forehead and kind eyes brings the assembled crowd to a hush. This would be Greta. Do you guys sit towards the front of the room, the back of the room? Like I said, there's an aisle. There's 2 sets of benches, sections on the left and on the right.
I'm probably gonna sit maybe closer to like the middle-ish to the aisle.
Okay.
I will sit next to her.
I'm sitting in the same area, but a little closer to the front.
And let's see, Lysander sits on Greta's desk. No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that. Just sit. Okay.
I kid you not. For a second I thought you were gonna say lap.
I did too.
Just
Yep.
Yeah. Just going.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
how's it going?
everybody.
How's it going?
Welcome, neighbors and friends, the dark-haired woman begins, her rich voice washed over the room, to the Breach Hill Town Council's monthly call for heroes. I am Council President Greta Gardania, at your service. On behalf of my colleagues besides me, I promise you all that we will hear and consider today's petitions with the utmost discretion and care. There is no existence without community, as our town's charter says. Today our agenda includes one petition from Miss Warble, our very own ambassador to the Bumble Brashers of Hell Knight Hill, requests the help of heroes for a matter of the utmost importance. Let's hear her concerns of her own words. At this summons, Warble emerges from the front row of benches. The well-dressed goblin woman makes her way to the foot of the dais steps. She clears her throat and begins her address to the council. Esteemed council members, it has been more than a month since I've been able to contact the Bumble Brashers. I fear that something terrible has befallen them. What's more, I have seen my people's distress signal coming from the top of the citadel. Before the goblin can continue her petition, The door on the western side of the room flies open as a young man, his eyes wide with panic, runs in shouting and waving his ink-stained hands. Billowing black smoke and flames follow him from the room. Fire! That's fire! Everybody! Fire! Run!
Oh, jeez.
That escalated a lot quicker
Yeah,
than I was
it did.
expecting.
Yeah, we went from like, hey guys, welcome to town hall, to everything is on fire.